And I think one of the scariest part of healing is just coming to that realization that a lot of the old relationships that I used to be delusional about, oh, when I get better, oh, when we're gonna be friends again. No, bitch, there's absolutely no fucking way. And it's not even on the simple fact that it's like, oh, no, I'm up, you want to be around me, but it's more so like, bitch, I could have died. Like, I wanted to die. What about if I didn't get better? You would have left me, like, you literally left me for dead. And coming to that realization while you're healing is just like, fuck, like, it's scary because these are relationships that you love, and like you were just like, fuck, I can't wait, I'm getting better, it's gonna rekindle. No, like, no. And even if I don't even want to say like it's a complete no, because whatever, I don't want to, but I think at the same time it's like, even if I were to, or things would happen, it's now like, one, we're two different people, and then two, I can now navigate those relationships with a different mindset, with different awareness, with more integrity. That, I guess, with more what is that word called? With better like intuition and just like trusting myself, but at the same time like knowing and being aware of my own energy and the energy that I put out there, and knowing what I can give to the friendship and being aware of what I bring to the table, because sometimes you don't know what you bring to the table in friendships, in old relationships, until you're gone and you're kind of like, wait, what? Like, that was my energy. That was me. I was the reason why you were able to feel good like that. And one thing that I also realized is that a lot of my old relationships, no one can sit there and be like, oh, Sean made me feel like shit about myself. I made you. No, bitch, you're not going to feel like shit about yourself, because I never really felt like shit about myself. And even when I did feel shit about myself, I never projected that onto you. I kept that to myself, because my misery doesn't necessarily love company. So I was just working out the other day and I was just like, really like, fuck, it can't happen. Like, I can't go back to those relationships. And there's one relationship where it's like, I'm trying, like, I'm like, okay, like, we talk, but at the same time, it's just like, that one is even hard because I'm not like, there's just certain things that I just peep and I'm like, no, like, as much as I want friends and stuff, you just can't treat me like this. I can't allow you to treat me like this. So I don't know how I'm going to handle that. I'm going to just figure that one out. But yeah, when it comes to relationships, it's just like, fuck, I gotta let go of that delusion that one day it's like when you and your situationship, or you and your old fling or whatever, it's like you hanging on to them, like coming back and like breaking no contact. It's like, no, bitch, you gotta let it go. You gotta find new friends, because at the same time, those people aren't even thinking about you. Of course they're not thinking about me, because they're out here having kids. So how would you have time to think about me when you got other things going? You got, you know what I mean? You got bigger fish to fry. So of course you're not thinking about, texting me and wondering how I'm doing, because you're wondering, you have someone else on your mind. You have a child, right? So no shade, but it's just like, yeah, I got to move on. And it's just scary. It's just scary because these are people that you loved at one point, or you still love and you still have love for. But it's like, now I gotta love you from a distance, because bitch, you left me for dead. Like, you left me for dead. And I stand 10 toes down on the fact that, like, sometimes I question it, but it's like, if roles were reversed and I went through what I was going through, and like they went through what I was going through, I can't think that I would let them go as easy. That doesn't mean, like, I'm not saying if people are hurting you, you stick around, but at the same time, it's like giving them the benefit of the doubt, and just like, it's just when you go through a hard time, your definition of love changes. Like, your definition of an understanding of love changes. And that's what's happened to me. It's like, I now know how I want to be loved. And because I've gone through it, I now know how to love others, and you don't give up on people that you love so easily. You don't give up on people. And I feel like people give up on me. So the moral of the story is, it's really hard, because you got to let them go. You got to let them go. And it's like, there's different types of like feelings when you're letting them go. It's like, there's like a hatred and anger, a disappointment, because it's like, oh, like, I can't believe, like, yes, I was acting crazy, but like, you're not even like, you're considering how I made you feel, but like, are you thinking about what I would have been going through, what I must have been going through? Like, so it's that, and it's also embarrassing, because it's like, bitch, move on, right? But I can't. So I'm going through the waves of like, fuck, I hate you, like, fuck you. But then I'm also going like, you know, like I love you. Like at the end of the day, like I will never, because for me, our friendship was real and relationships are very, very important to me. At the time when I was going through like my spiritual psychosis and like my mania, although I was pushing people away, the people that I was pushing everyone away because a lot of things were coming up for me. I was also going through like doing psychedelics heavy. So I was going through that phase of like, oh, I don't trust people. I don't trust people. But at the same time, like a lot of people that I was going around saying I don't trust, they did something to me at some point, some way. And it was hurtful because when you don't when you don't do or you don't think about doing something a certain way to people a certain way, and then you see those people doing that to you, it's like, why would you do that to me? Like I was moving as real and as genuine as I could, and even if I was fucking up, you just sat there and thought like, oh, you didn't talk to me about it. Oh, I don't like it when you do this to me. Sit down and then you're moving in the way that they're moving. It's not like, oh, they're just like moving and they're not being aware. It's like, bitch, you orchestrated, like you were moving funny and like you knew better. Like me, I could proudly say, or I can confidently say I didn't know better when I was moving the way I was moving. Bitch, you knew better. Like you were moving where you had the awareness. You have the awareness. I was moving out of straight ignorance. So like when it was time for me to go through my spiritual awakening, when I was going through my spiritual awakening, I could not talk to anyone about it. I felt like I couldn't trust. I would tell God, I'm like, God, honestly, you just gonna have to walk me through this thing myself. Like, because all these people, I can't trust them. So whatever you want to teach me, whatever you want me to know, however you want to open my eyes, I'm gonna just have to rely on you. I'm just have to trust you. And that's just how it's been. And sometimes I'm like, damn, words are powerful, because I look back, I'm like, damn, I was really saying that shit. And like, look where we're at now. But I didn't feel like I can talk to people about it, because I felt like everyone that I could have spoke to about my situation, they did something. But I know it's like crazy because it's like, bitch, that was the past and you're going something. But it's like, no, this was the first time where I'm seeing it. So it's now affecting me and how I see them in the present. So I couldn't trust anyone, but it's just, I'm a comms major, I'm a communication major. And so I feel like that has taught me a lot on how to maneuver. I'm not great at communicating yet. I wish I could get better, because sometimes I still have this thing where it's like I don't want to sit there and like communicate on every single feeling that I'm having, because I don't think a lot of people can handle that. And it's also giving like sensitive and dramatic. And like I had guy friends in high school, and I remember, and you know how powerful shit is, because like I still can remember that when I was talking to one of my guy friends, and he was just like, you're so sensitive, like you're like a girl, like you always want to talk about your feelings, just let it go. Like we don't have to, like I did something to you, just like whatever, and we're gonna be cool the next day. It's like, oh, okay, stop talking about it, because people start to look at you like you like drama, you're starting drama. And then I just grow up and you just realize, oh wait, I was just a different type of guy. Like I was just me and straight guys are not the same. Like it's just we're not the same. I might be physically a man, but up here it's like we're two different types of men. I don't know how to explain it. But for me it was just like I had a different awareness. I had different ways of like, like I was just different. So I've learned to try to let go of that. But yeah, just like fuck, it's scary, but at the same time it's also like exciting, because it's like now I'm healing to the point where I could be open to building new relationships. But at the same time it's like, bitch, I don't have time. Like I care. I like relationships. I want to have relationships, but at the same time it's like I don't want to go out to bars, I don't want to go out and like meet new people. Like I want to meet new people, but at the same time I also just want to meet and build community online. Like just build over social media. And I know that sounds crazy, because it's like, bitch, go outside. And it's funny because one of the things that I learned in my senior seminar in school is just like, yes, we have these tools, we have these digital technology and stuff, we have the social media, but at the end of the day, study shows that face-to-face communication and face-to-face relationships are 10 times better, and 100%, obviously. So for me, it's like, if I could just have like one or two solid relationships and then just have like a whole bunch of like friends. But that's another thing, like I just want to have friends. Like I just want to have like a lot of friends, but also just not like be like, oh, like I have all these friends, because I've realized I used to have all these friends. Like, no, just have like one or two solid friends and then have like acquaintances. I just kind of like people. And my therapist gave me homework to do in my journal. She's like, you should write about why it's important for you to be liked. And it's important for me to be liked because I like people. Like, I can't, if I like people, obviously I want to be liked by people because I like people. So when you don't like me, it's like, why the fuck don't you like me? But I'm running out of time. But the whole moral of the story is it's scary when you're healing and you actually are faced with moving on. Yeah. Okay, so I was able to add some more things. I don't know why I had to rush the end, but anyway, I was just thinking while I was looking back at the video that I recorded before I started recording the second half, is like there are a lot of relationships too that I didn't know how much I loved those people or like specific people until like now, where it's like I'm constantly thinking about them and it's like I wonder how they're doing. Like I want to text them, especially some that have kids. It's like, oh my god, like you have a kid, like that is so exciting. Like it's like you gotta let it go. And it sucks because it's like, fuck, like now that you're better or like we've moved on, it's like we're old enough to like now have a better relationship. That's why it's kind of like I would never say never, like, oh, we can't. It's just we'd have to be willing to know each other brand new. Like, oh, this is not who I am anymore, and this is who I am now. And so it would get it would have to take effort. It would have to take a lot of effort and patience and understanding, because there are a lot of relationships I'm like, oh my god, like I didn't even know I loved you like this, because there are people also, like, I think about, sometimes I'll remember, oh, this person, I don't even think about that person, were we even really friends? Like we were just in a lot of relationships I had, it was just proximity, bitch. That's another thing I learned in school, is like a lot of times relationships are just based off of like proximity, because living in Bakersfield, California, and like staying in Bakersfield after high school is like, you're not growing. You're not in college meeting new people. You're in college meeting new people, but you're meeting people from Bakersfield that went to different schools and that are still connected with people that you went to school with. So it's like you're just running in the same circles, literally just running around in circles. And so a lot of relationships, I'm like, oh my god, like we were just in close proximity together. We really weren't friends, but it's cool because you're able to now see like, oh, I like that person, I really loved that person. And sometimes it's also like, the way I'm thinking about this person also think about me? Am I also in this person's mind like that? Like you start to think that, and it also becomes, I feel like sometimes it's a tug of war with me, because for me it used to be very easy for me to just text someone and I'll think about them like, hey, and it's like, why is this person texting me? So I think I come across people's minds, absolutely, but they don't be texting me, and I'd just be like, oof, look, I would, but there's also like an ego and a hint of embarrassment. Like I was moving crazy when I was fucking off psychedelics and like mania and psychosis, spiritual psychosis. Like I was, so there's a lot of embarrassment for me that goes with that. But yeah, that's just a little thing that I wanted to add. Okay, now we're done.